I've been married for more than 15 years.
Congratulations. Congratulations. That's so.
Or, I'm so sorry.
Listen, I stopped following this whole drama with tonight's conversation, but these clips are still coming out that are showing what exactly was going on during these live performances, right? The people went to go see. A lot of married people who went to go listen to these conversations said, yo, I expected more serious topics. For example, the caption of this video says, a woman seeks advice on keeping a side relationship while being married for over 15 years. The fact that a chick could think that asking that question will result in anything other than her looking like she's a problem when it comes to marriage after 15 years, who knows how long she's been with the side dude, right? But the fact that these are the type of conversations going on, how to maintain the man who I've been allowing to sleep with me while I've been married is insane. Nevertheless, this is why I think topics like this is why anybody who's trying to pursue anything that's actually healthy, long-term, serious, should have looked at the majority of what was going on at these events as entertainment, a tea party, you know? And not to mention, there is an awkward interaction there with the chick who's sitting down, who just spoke, who is currently exposed. She's still going. Exposing Ace for stuff that she says allegedly happened, you know, smashing the guests who show up, so on and so forth. Messy and drama, of course, but I do think exposing all these conversations and a lot of people seeing how crazy this actually is as a serious topic is important. Let's keep listening.
I have been in a side relationship that my husband recently found out about. How can I convince my husband to let me keep the side dude?
Well, first of all, he shouldn't. How did he find out? Did he go through your phone? Because that is a breach of privacy.
I mean, how the fuck you gonna go through my phone?
Why you gonna go through my phone for? You don't trust me?
I know, right? Okay, hold on. Multiple layers there. Are you happily married?
Clearly not, right? She has
so
a
here's the
dude.
thing. No. Before we go, whoa. We let's not put the carriage in front of the horse.
Some days.
Trill,
some days.
Do you feel like you can be happily married and have a side piece? Trill, I need an answer right now.
I would say no.
Okay.
I would say no. I think for the most part, if you got the side piece, he filling a role that your husband is not. So you got to look in that mirror and ask yourself, is the role that this person filling enough for me to leave this 15 plus year marriage? And judging by the enthusiasm in your tone, it's sounding to me like the marriage is over. That's just my...
Kitty, no.
Now, I know some of you are sitting there going, no, they set this up. This is not true. No. Listen. Listen to me, man. Truth is stranger than fiction. That's why all these conversations, what I talk about here, people talking about their real lives and feeling comfortable going out in public, exposing what's happening in their marriages, so on and so forth. That's why it's, to an extent, shocking, surprising, entertaining, but also teachable lessons for people who don't want anything similar happening in their lives. And so I don't put it past, first off, the Kita chick as being just facetious. Like, she strikes me like the type of person who would probably say, if she caught you looking through her phone and she was cheating, hey, that's a breach of privacy, right? You're the problem. Let's keep listening.
We're not going to go there yet. We haven't dove into this question, okay? Kitty, if we say for better or for worse, Kitty, I need your attention. Because if we say for better or for worse, that means for better or for side piece, doesn't it?
No, and I'm not finna do this with y'all today. We in trouble. You need to change that convince word to manipulate.
Ooh.
We're not gonna play those games right now. You took a vow. You took vows. You stood before God or whatever it is you believe in and said that you were going to love this man in sickness and through health.
Now, we know they don't believe that. I have said, and I think I even posted this on my Instagram, I said, listen, I think it's fair And I know most of you guys would agree that at the point we're in right now when it comes to modern dating, the dating market, that vows should be changed. I think people should just be honest. You should say, hey, if you go broke, I don't want anything to do with that. Now, I think you'd be insane to marry a woman who doesn't leave room for you to be human and for the worst possible case scenario to happen when it comes to finances. But I think honesty would be the best policy right now. And if these chicks were more honest, if they were honest about what they'll be willing to leave on, it'd be things like, hey, if I get bored, I'm out. If I see somebody else who I think can pay more for more bills or provide more financially, then I'll be out. What would that do? I think it would make men even more cautious, which is, they're already cautious when it comes to marriage. So they don't want that. But of course, it would encourage more men, at least for me, to see the importance of going to fathershaverights.com and getting the #1 guide to drafting a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement. 100% free. Free legal information from expert attorneys on how to protect yourself for your future marriage if it's something that you value. Or some men are just going to say, nah, F this. Right? They're going to join that group of men. Let's keep listening.
For richer and for poor, you said that you committed whenever you took that vow. You committed to be there even in the hard times, even in the times where you were not fully emotionally fulfilled. You still took on that position to say that I'm going to have those conversations. I'm going to communicate. I'm not going to breach the trust in this marriage. You lack marital integrity. And if you lack marital integrity, you lack integrity as a person as well.
Oh, someone's going to simp and come save the day. I feel it coming.
So my next point to make,
maybe I was wrong,
is the audacity must be on sale right now for you to be able to say, how can I convince my husband, a man at that, convince my husband to let me still have a side relationship as if I did not betray this man, as if I did not hurt this man, as if I did not dishonor this man, as if I did not disrespect this man, and you want to ask for something? You want to ask for what it seems like more of a favor because it's only going to work in your favor. It's nothing that is going to work for him. I don't like when we play these games like this. You entered into what you two believe was a monogamous agreement.
The chick sitting next to her, Kita, I think that's her name, is itching. I know she's itching. She wants to jump. She's figuring out accountability. This is kind of good. She's good. How can I get in there? Pour some tea on it.
And you made it a polyamorous thing. Ooh. You did. Ooh. Let me tell you something else that you did. Let's talk about the lack of responsibility. I'm going to tell you one more thing because I'm sure some other panelists have something to say. This is the problem that I have. Whenever you open up your marriage to something that somebody else did not consent to, if your side piece has depression or anxiety or anything like that, there's a spiritual exchange that takes place when you go sleep with somebody else that you now have invited into your home. So part of the reason why your marriage is not happy is because you were lusting over the fence to begin with. Ooh. You invited that into your marriage. You corrupted your home. The best thing for you to do, because he does have the right to leave you, the best thing that you could do, the responsible thing you can do, is either end that relationship on the side or leave that man alone and let somebody else find him.
Clap it up, hold on.
Wow. Listen, no one chimed in. I'm actually surprised, but wait, there's actually a part 2. Before we do that, we're going to check out some of these comments. As always, let's see what the people have to say. Top comment here says, I believe that's a checkmate for Kitty Rose. Somebody else who responded back, actually, this is just another comment, says, seriously, with the question marks, some people don't need to be married. Somebody else here says, Kitty ate and left no crumbs. Here's another person who says, we are a lost society. Somebody else here added, Kitty is a goat. The lady went up there, embarrassed herself. If you lack marital integrity, you lack integrity as a whole. Kitty Rose. Somebody else here says, speak, Kitty, absolutely on point. The audacity was spot on. Marriage is a spiritual and godly thing. Listen, I think that I may have assumed the worst here. It seems like, but again, we have a part 2. It seems like maybe they actually know and co-sign that behavior, but we're not done just yet.
Leave you with some good advice. Hold on. Listen, I'm gonna leave you with some good advice. Be real with you. Most men ain't gonna go with that. Go for that. And here's the thing.
He's not. He already said no.
You asked him.
That's crazy.
Did you see?
My tightened up a little bit. I don't know.
That's a separate concern.
That's a separate thing?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I got to get it checked out.
Okay.
So listen, what I want to caution you, though, is to monkey branch to that side piece. Because understand, that side piece he's never had the wholeness of you.
What?
He had the you wanted to escape from. That life you didn't want to live when you was at home and you were able to bring a different woman to that man. That man don't know you for real. And you don't know that man for real neither. You was never able to see him in the full capacity. So now what you're doing is, you heard of the 80-20. You are now comparing this full relationship you were able to have. And I know it got ups and downs, but you experienced all of it. You only got shades of that man. And now what you're doing is you're asking, she got shades and
No, no, you're right. Well, because it seems like, she didn't ask.
Since my editor is going to take that out, it says she's got shades and D, right? So you got shades. You haven't seen you haven't experienced the whole experience of your side dude. The fact that this chick has to come in a panel of people, multiple adults, to know that she's out of her mind is crazy. Let's keep listening.
Didn't ask like, who should I pick or what should I do? It's like she's not getting what she needs from her husband, and she's probably not getting everything she wants from the side. So she's trying to put it together.
She's
trying to like a build a nigga.
Oh,
That's how I feel.
You know what? Let me
Maybe
ask you
she
this
was
question.
never happy in her marriage.
And you don't have to say it. Have you ever experienced infidelity from the other side?
Absolutely not.
Can I ask you another question, though? Can I ask you another question?
Go ahead, because I got a question for her. Go ahead.
See, guys, what they're trying to do now is they can't imagine holding a woman accountable without finding some fault in the man, right? So they're looking for anything. Has he ever cheated? No, he's a good guy. Oh, shit, this is not going to look good online.
Does your husband sexually fulfill you?
Oh, yes,
he's
he
never
does.
sexually
He does. He
fulfilled
coochie well, right?
He's here.
He's here.
Okay, listen. Here we here together.
You said what? No, don't point.
Is he here?
Don't point.
Oh, shit.
No.
Hold on,
Don't do this.
Go.
No.
Hold on, security. Hold on.
For the love of God.
Whoa.
I'm convinced, man, people just play with life. Life's a game, right? It's a joke. It's a game. Mind you, there might be children involved in this chaotic dynamic within their marriage. Children who are going to be effed up as a result of this. But they're having fun. But you know what's real? Life. Real pain. Real trauma. Ooh, man, it's coming. It's coming. I hope not. But for the sake of anyone who's watching this, life's not a game. Do not start families with these type of highly toxic dynamics if you want peace. There we go. I'm just the guy serving the coffee.
Whoa.
Not this
Jose.
time.
No,
Not this time.
Whoa.
Please don't do it. Not
No,
this
Jose's
time.
here.
No.
Her husband is here.
Don't
Not
do
this
it.
time. Please.
Hold on. Where the husband at?
Oh my God.
Where's this? No, he done had enough embarrassment. All right, listen. Hold on. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody look to your left and right. Say shh. Shh. Say sure. Hey, listen. Okay, hold on.
Wait, G found him.
Oh, okay,
Wait, he
okay.
found him.
You, hey, Jose, put her over there. Go over there. All right, I don't know what's about to happen.
Kitty, come back.
All right.
Kitty, come
Now,
back.
hey, listen.
If you've ever wondered how many people en masse today think marriage is a joke, before you jump in and don't ask the right questions, if that's something that you value, you're looking at it. You know, it's just a huge joke, and this proves it.
All right. Now, listen. First of all, we got some myths we need to dispel. First of all, you be laying pipe. Don't let nobody convince you differently. Now, how do you feel right now, man?
This is crazy, honestly.
Uh-huh. Everybody look to your left and right. Say shh. Okay, go ahead.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't really like the words right now.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But we here. You know what I'm saying?
Now, can we speak to you real quick?
Yeah.
Now, you got to let us speak to him. All right, we got to speak to you. All right, now, you take a seat. G, can we get her a seat somewhere? Because we got to speak to my man right here. Now, listen. My G, hey, listen. I'm going to tell you this. I know you love your wife, but I need you to question how much your wife loves you. And listen, I'm not sitting here saying that this is not mendable, fixable, but what I'm saying is...
I'll say it, it's not. I'll say it, it's not.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
At some point, you can be yoked with somebody so much that your worth is in their hands. And they will play you like putty. And what you have to ask yourself is, are you better than this specific situation?
He's like, no. It's the best woman I've ever had, bro. I'm sorry, I refuse to take this seriously. I'm ready for the next topic at this point. It's first clown and clown number 2. I'm sorry. No man would agree to go to this event and be humiliated to this extent. I don't care what you say.
Now, I believe you guys can maybe work this out. Can we leave with some? Can we leave?
Well, I want to ask.
I'm done. I can't do it. I have to move on. What do you guys think? Of course, read a few more comments here. This person says, I pray that man find true love. God bless him. Somebody else here says, she has no respect for this man. Which is followed by this other comment that says, I was at the show and my heart broke for him. Here's another person who says this a dangerous situation. Somebody else here added, the fact that she embarrassed her husband is sad. Shaking my head. No way on earth I would do this to my husband. Yeah. Incredible. Listen, I was going to move on, but I don't know. I think a few people might think, I want to see the rest of this. So let's just see. This is the last part.
Well, I want to ask.
Okay.
Are you willing to make your marriage work and continue to make it work?
It's a joke.
I mean, how much time we got right now?
Okay, go ahead. We talking.
Okay, so just to give like some quick.
This man's not in a marriage. He's in a sitcom. He's not in a marriage.
Context here. This is not like a one-time thing, right? This is.
Oh my God.
This has been an ongoing situation.
What?
So, like, to ask me the
Emotional
question if I
affair.
want to make it work, I would say no, because
What?
I've been trying to make it work. I've been trying to, be understanding, all the things they tell you that you're supposed to do as a husband, try to make it work and
Right.
forgiveness, all the things they tell you, when you go to church, all that good stuff.
Seeing his mannerisms, bro. I'm keeping it real on this one. I'm sorry. Seeing his mannerisms and him, the way he's carrying himself and talking. That's the type of guy who would probably think that coffee is toxic, right? If you give him advice, he'll probably say, no, man, I'm looking for real love. No, man, that's not right. No, women don't think like that. Mercy.
So that's what I've been trying to do, like, over these last few months.
All right, hold on one second, brother. Does anybody else have any advice for him before we let him go?
My advice,
Now I'm starting to feel bad. Bro, listen, I wish you the best. Chisha, you're so biased. Yeah. It's a men's channel. Yeah.
advice,
It's real.
my advice would be to get as far the f- away from her as you possibly can.
Finally,
and don't
some
look
coffee.
back. And again, I think that there's something that's not talked about enough, right? I think a lot of people going into relationships, when we talk about equally yoked, a lot of times it's not that way. A lot of times it's one person feeling privileged to be there and it's another person settling for the marriage. And this sounds like that type of situation. So if I feel privileged to be there, my tolerance for what I'm going to deal with is way you know what I'm saying, higher than somebody who's equally yoked. Because somebody who's equally yoked and feeling like I belong in this same way you do, I'm not putting up with none of that. Like, what are we talking about?
Like, what are we talking
You
about?
see what I'm saying? So hell no, get up out of there, bro.
Are you smiling because you're a nervous smiler, or you genuinely think disrespecting your husband is funny?
Hey,
She's enjoying this. Her and the side dude are gonna get off to this later on. Put that thing on from earlier. Yeah, cut it over here. She loves this. She's sick. She's sick. You know, you'd see this lady working at a bank or something like that and just think she's a normal person. Just, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Don't know she's messed up and evil. Evil chick.
hold on. Here I come. All right, so you don't think it's funny? Okay, let's play.
No, I can't say that.
Go ahead. You don't? Go ahead.
No, so I'm not smiling because of that. We've had our ups and downs, and it's like.
Can I ask a question? Hold on. Can I ask a question? Everybody, left, right. Let me say this.
Uh-oh. I feel some heavy pandering is coming.
I'm gonna be graceful because I understand that there's a dynamic here. But what I can tell you is that man loves you so much. He probably, and this no shade to you, you probably love her more than you love yourself. And sometimes in order for you to show love back to him, maybe right now you can't love him romantically. Maybe you can't love him spiritually. Maybe in this relationship you can't love him. But sometimes you can love him and your ability to exit a relationship you know you can't show up for him.
Yes.
She doesn't give a Oh, man.
And so what I'm saying is, I know y'all been rocking, but maybe the true act of love is figuring out how.
Let's go back. Look at Skip.
I know y'all been rocking, but maybe the.
This is when Skip was trying to figure out his exit. He's like, how the hell am I going to get out of this? Oh, man.
True act of love is figuring out how y'all can go y'all separate ways for a while so you not hurting him and he not hurting you. And that side piece, maybe you take a break on that until you figure out truly what you want to do, okay? Let me tell you this. It take a strong person. Everybody, remember how I said we not going to judge? Because y'all know y'all done been in some messy shit y'all selves before too.
Facts.
All right. So what I want y'all to do is, because I feel bad, after the show, I got some cards for you that you can All right, y'all go sit down.
Hey,
y'all go sit down. I got it. Y'all listen. After the show, come talk to me. All right, we got to talk. Somebody check on them.
Now, when he go and fall into some coochie, I don't want you to be mad. I don't want you to be mad at all.
Let's be real. He's not falling in any coochie. That's not how women work. That's not how these women work. Right? Now, if he was the toxic dude who's was doing the wrong, women don't think to themselves, let me go help a man out, who's struggling to keep women or even this. Let me go help out a good man. Even if it is a good man, most modern women today have a preference for the toxic guy. Chisha, are you saying that good women don't exist? No, they're good women out here, right? They are good women out here. I'm talking at mass. He has nothing to worry about. He's not going to accidentally stumble, into some cat.
Oh.
All right. Can we get our next question, please?
I do.
All right. We're going to move on. I'm not even going to read any comments. Next topic.
If somebody offered you $50K a month to leave me, would you do it?
Yeah.
Yo,
but,
I don't like yo.
But I'm a
The laugh of pain.
Oh, you got my kids.
Wait,
am
what?
I also taking the kids?
Yeah, you taking the kids.
Well, he didn't say that. What if he don't want kids in his house? Who am I to tell that man that he has to father my children also.
Yo.
He didn't.
Okay, I want to say this. These guys do what I realize is like a comedy satire, husband and wife thing. But I heard a few of those because I saw one video and I said, okay, this is interesting. But I heard a few of the topics. I said, there's no way. You know, they would call you insecure. There's no way I'd sit through some of these topics. Some of these topics are crazy. And I can't tell if she's serious or not. And there's another one after this. I want you to wait for it to check it out.
Include them in the package. I'm taking the package as is. I'm not amending.
So you would leave your kids?
I'm not asking no questions. I'm just gonna assume somebody offered you $50,000 a month.
I would not leave you.
Me. Why?
Because I love you and I've built a life with you.
Well, then I would leave you for being a dummy. Because what the fuck are you talking about?
That's wild.
$50K a month?
$50K a month, man.
Every month.
Every month.
For the rest of my life.
Rest of your life.
I don't have to do shit for it but leave.
You got to leave and be with that person, yeah.
Are you about to say something else that's gonna make me
no?
Like what is
now we see the satire and the joking happening right here. But think follow me here for a little bit, right? This question gets proposed often to real marriages and real couples. You don't even have to be married. Real couples who are together. Women do this all the time. They leave a man who is struggling financially. I'm not saying he's struggling, but in comparison to $50,000 a month, then if that person was to downgrade, they would be in their terms struggling financially, right? What I'm basically saying here, to be very short, is women do this very often, and men do stay around and sacrifice their happiness and things they do not want because men love women a bit harder. And so what do I mean by that? What I mean is men love women more for qualities that they have, right, innately, who they are as a person, and women have more check boxes. For example, when a man thinks of his ideal woman, he doesn't just want a woman who expects him to be a workhorse. That's the whole conversation we have right now of women who are saying, oh, I won't date a man who expects me to pay for a bill or two or maybe three, right? No 50-50 when we know a majority of couples out here, especially those with families, the majority of them have both parents working in that home. But a man thinks to himself, I want the type of relationship that if I was to stumble on difficulty, hard times, my chick would be right there with me. She would maybe even sleep in a car with me.
No, I'll have a tea, actually.
I know. You don't like the sound of that as a woman, but men think of building with his chick. This is why when they look around and they see like, oh, so you don't actually want to invest in me and see my vision, and they finally get to the top. It's very difficult for them to pick a woman who they believe is genuinely there for them. This is why when a woman invests in a man earlier on, she reaps so much in the long run and gets shown extra love and extra appreciation, and men will go to war, fight, provide for that chick because he knows that you will sleep with me in a car. Not that you should go find men to sleep in a car with. That's not the point here. Follow me. I'm just saying that a man wants a woman who's going to stick through the thick and thin. Now, the uncomfortable reality and the bitter truth here is that when a woman sees a man, she's not just seeing him and his character. She also loves you for your ability to provide to an extent, right? These are harsh truths about male and female nature. So what does that mean? Well, you look at her like if she couldn't provide or she was really down and out, you'd stay with her no matter what. And so you're more prone to turn down $50,000, whereas a woman, she's going to think about that to an extent. It's an exciting offer. And no, I'm not trying to put people who are in relationships here on edge or to be fearful or anything. I just think that these are really interesting topics that I sometimes think about, male and female nature and the difference. And sometimes women do capitalize on that. Anyways, let's keep listening.
What's the bad? What are you talking about?
Well, damn.
Okay. There is a second video here that I thought was interesting. Also wanted to check out. This one was about size, right? They were talking about size, and they'll have these conversations. I'm sitting there like, whoa.
Have you ever been scared off by that?
No. And also,
He asked her, have you ever been scared off by a D?
because I didn't know. Like, when I was seeing dicks, I was just like, oh, okay, like, you supposed to fuck them, right? So I wasn't like, that's too much. I always thought it was just going to expand anyway. I never thought that there was something that was going to hurt me.
Did you ever have a dick that hurt you?
I had one that was uncomfortable, and I realized that's why. It was way too big.
Why would you ask? Why would you want to? Why would you? Look at his face. Why would you want to put yourself in this situation, man? It's just some questions you don't ask your wife. Just some questions you don't ask the woman who you're dealing with, unless if you're just dating. You know, you're not somebody who's taking a chick seriously.
That wasn't me, right? Let's tell the truth,
Baby.
Let's tell the truth.
Baby, that's not fair.
What's not fair?
I'm not going to marry somebody that makes me feel uncomfortable. You just right. You just right. You porridge.
Just right. You're just right. You're just right reminds me of a meme. You know, you remember that your boyfriend size? No. Is it? Yeah. Your boyfriend size. And men get offended by that. You know, he wants to be fun size. But no, she's like, your boyfriend size, babe. Or your husband size. There's also this pursuit of happiness meme where that says, when she said it's the perfect size, men don't want to hear it's perfect. They want you to say it's too much. Let's check out these comments. Top comment says, he's strong because I'm not asking. Somebody else who says she handled that with grace. Did she? Maybe. Damn. Here's another person who says, yes, she did. I felt the comfort in her voice. She warned him too, like, hey, babe, I know we're doing this little show here, but we don't want to fight for real after the cameras go off. Somebody else here says, I have never heard somebody handle a difficult question more perfectly in my entire life. These women are over here taking notes. Somebody else who says, that was a very good answer. Here's another person who says, the big ones hurt. Meme playing out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's seen it too. Yeah, crazy. What would you guys do in this situation? And do you also agree that these are just ridiculous questions? You don't ask those questions today. You know, only in our modern day do these questions come up. And it's like, why?
Do you think it's okay for a man to hit a woman?
As a woman, the moment you lift up your hand and box a man, to me, it's fair game. It's fair game. That's how I was raised. My mum said to me,
so it is okay?
It's not going to be deemed okay, but if I take up my hand and punch my man in the eye and he does that back, how dare I say anything? You've let the relationship know that we treat each other like people on the street. People on the street fight. So if you take up your hand as a woman and punch a man, expect the lick. And if you don't get it, well done. He's a really, really great man.
So the question there was, do you think it's all right for a man to put his hands on a woman? I think this was a pretty good answer. I'll tell you why in a little bit.
But if you take up your hand, you're scratching, dragging, boxing, and he does anything other than restrain you, that is your business.
So what you're saying is, in some cases, they do deserve it.
What?
In some cases, yeah, it's absolutely warranted. You can't pick up your hand and hit anyone. Why do you think you can pick up your hand and hit a man and not expect to receive? What is that?
But wouldn't some say that men should have like self-control?
So should she. Where's her self-control? Where is her self-control?
I think there's so many ways you can tackle this conversation, right? There's the point of, if you have a daughter in your life or a woman who you care about, this is the advice you want to give her. You want her to know that there are men out here who do not mind returning back the blow. That's the best way to keep a woman safe. Now, with the delusion we hear today, it's like, oh no, women should be able to hit a man and nothing should happen. No, the reality is you want women to anticipate that is a possibility for sure, and that you don't walk around putting your hands on people, and you shouldn't do that. No person, man or woman, should be putting their hands on anybody else. Secondly, I do think there's also a version of this for a man, and the version is that, like, understand that your best bet is to either pull your phone out, record the situation, or get out of it, like stop dealing with that type of woman. Why? Because depending on where you are, the good thing is that things are actually starting to get a little bit more fair. Like, for example, I think even in California, one of the most liberal places, if they find both people with marks, then they take both people in. And people who don't understand that end up realizing like, oh, wow, we're both going to jail. But you should assume that the system, like we just saw a video that I just covered not too long ago of Bow Wow, of him explaining how the chick he was dealing with hit him with the lamp across the face. What happened in that situation? Well, they had a hard time believing him, even with the marks that he actually had on his face. And so I think if you were to retaliate too, I would advise a dude to just like get out there, stop dealing with that chick. Then, unless, she's trying to end your life or something like that, trying to seriously hurt you. But most dudes, I think, just expose themselves to all these petty arguments with women who do little things like the Jonathan Majors situation. Just walk away, leave her alone. Jonathan Majors, right? What happened to him? Fighting over a phone. And how did they get him? They said that he broke her finger or sprained her finger while trying to retrieve the phone. And just like that, lost millions and millions of dollars, reputation ruined, career hopefully not down the drain. I've heard some things that they might be considering bringing him back as Kang and the Marvel series. But so much you can learn from that. Let's read a few of these comments. Of course, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Top comment here says, the moment a woman hits me, spits on me, or draws blood, her name is Dave, and she gonna learn to behave. Here's someone else who says, well said, darling. And somebody else here added, we don't do them things, rather walk away and not return. We don't do them things, rather walk away and not return. If I was giving a man advice, I mean, if you don't mind, a chick scratching up your car, setting your place on fire, and you ending up in jail, and you're okay with those type of situations, then I would say to you, then you probably don't mind entertaining the pettiness and returning all that back. Overall, report that chick, get it on camera. If it's petty and small, is my advice. Here's someone else who says, slap that B hard if you've been hit first. See, this is the type of advice that like people online, right? They'll give this advice, but I'm here to promise you that it doesn't play out this easy. It's not this straightforward. You need proof. You need a whole lot. And to give the advice of no matter what, hit her back, you're just setting people up for a jail sentence. But some people don't mind going to jail. Somebody else here says, well said, my Nubian queen. And that is it. The best thing you can do is make sure, especially if you keep on exposing yourself to chicks like that, ask yourself, why do I keep? Because, there's signs a lot of times. There's signs, just like there's signs with chicks, and I do believe this, who are always in situations with violent men, and they need to figure out why. Eventually, they're going to have to do that. Why do I keep being attracted to these type of men? A man also needs to ask himself those questions. They don't want you to say this. You're a perpetual victim, and if you're a chick, no matter what, go date the dude with the criminal record, and then complain about how badly things went, or go return the fire with the chick who's violent, and then when you get locked up and you do it again and again and again, complain about it. If it's something that's repetitive, I think there are definitely lessons to be learned. Looks like we've got another tonight's conversation video here. Let's see.
Tell me why men play with heavier women, and how come we don't deserve the same respect as smaller women?
Some men are afraid to deviate from.
My guy's trying to keep a straight face. Men are afraid. And guys, Trip, he would serve a wonderful cup of coffee, delicious, once in a while. But some men are afraid. Fat phobic. Maybe like 0.00000, and at that point it's not worth bringing up. Really like the chubby chicks. They like really bigger chicks and they have some type of a fetish. But that's like saying, hey, you can get a billionaire. Just keep trying harder.
From what's expected of us. And the truth of the matter is that
even she's having a hard time believing it.
From what's expected of us. And the truth.
It worked. These guys will tell me what I want to hear.
But the matter is that for what is still a very Eurocentric beauty standard, you are not the ideal model. And some men are afraid to deviate from that model and be seen doing that, right? That's just that's the truth. Because it's not just big women, you know what I'm saying? Some men like dark women, like really, really do like.
It can't be a true pandering without the colorism thrown in there. I will say Skip is right about one thing, right? Is I always have been very honest out here. For men who are not looking to date seriously and, they're just out here doing them, because not every person's intentional with their plans and they don't think to themselves, okay, I want to commit to one woman and based on their values. They will bust those cheeks. I've said that many times. Yeah, for sure. Are they afraid? They are afraid of you spend the night after that. Do you want to hear the truth or what? I know it's not allowed. I know. They are afraid of you spending the night and choosing not to leave before the sun comes up. Now we're talking about reality. I think there's more of that group of dudes who they'll drop their standards, right? They know that if their boy saw them messing with like a bigger chick, and we've all been there, then they would clown them a little bit, and so they're afraid to show. But the problem is that now the bigger girls think to themselves, "Oh, you love big girls." No, relax. Right? You don't confuse your sexual options as a woman for men who want to take you seriously for marriage. But I know this is what can't be said.
Dark-skinned women, but unfortunately, we just start pushing that for real the last, 3-4 years? You know what I'm saying? So some men are afraid to go after what they want. Some dudes really are okay with like a woman who may not have this or have that so long as she fine, but he afraid because his parents think he need to have. So what I'm saying with you're going to come.
This is a talent.
Across men who are attracted to you, but they're not brave enough to do so out loud. And I'm not saying that makes it okay. I'm not saying that you should find peace in that. I'm saying that we have to really get to the truth of the matter, sweetheart. And sometimes that is ugly. You feel me? What you should know is that because you have to work against that the man that's sure about you is going to stick out that much more. I'm not trying to paint some false hope like you might not come across more fearful before you get there. I'm just saying that contrast is going to make that man stick out. That man that like is dating a big woman on purpose. You feel me? The man that's pursuing you on purpose because he's attracted to big women in real life. You feel me? So I'm again, unfortunately,
he's thinking it's like, man, dude, I shouldn't have used the word big.
Especially for people who are outside that model, outside that very narrow box. And it's a lot of women.
When I say narrow, I mean slender. Look at the audience. Oh, shit.
Rest assured that most women realistically don't fit inside that box.
Because it's too small. We need bigger boxes. Oh, man.
That women are expected to fit in. Every woman with stretch marks, every woman who hang a little bit here, who got a mole there, who might grow hair here, has to contend with this idea of what we think women's supposed to be.
Might grow a little mustache there.
You feel me? So it's just that again, I want to.
He just she got a feeling. She got her feelings. I can't believe this. This is an art. I don't think I can do this. Like I can't keep a straight face, guys. Something you should know about me, man. I have a hard time. If it's hard for me to. It's tough. I struggle with that sometimes when I'm recording. You know, I'll be reporting on something, and I know I'm supposed to be serious, and I'll just start like cracking a smile. I'll tell myself, "Don't smile. This is good."
Be frank about where this come from.
Get your tickets now. Man. Top comment says, never let a man keep you a secret. Another person who says, I love me a big woman. See, this is the guy who she should be dating. Somebody else who says, let's see what he looks like. Yeah, this is the dude who you should be dating.
Tell me why.
Somebody else who says, spot on, some guys date women who are acceptable to present to their peers, unfortunately. Most men, respect is huge to men, and they don't want to, and it's not just about just pleasing other people. That's not what it's about. But there is a degree in there of representation. As a wife, you represent your husband. Somebody else who says, thanks for being honest without being cruel. You know what was cruel? Bringing that man on stage who was getting cheated on. Somebody else who says, girl, just come to Jamaica. You will be loved. Here I come, LL. Here's another commenter who says, I love how Tripp never sugarcoats any message he delivers. Blunt, straight to the point, and truthful. I think he's probably the better panel member when it comes to that. Him and Kitty for sure. All right. I've agreed with a lot of their takes. This was a sweet tea with extra sugar. Somebody else who says, and he does it in a very respectful manner. Somebody else here added, she is beautiful though. Another person here added, Tripp is a national treasure, should be protected at all costs. So let me say this. I think, like, here's what's crazy, right? That comment about her being beautiful. If I was actually thinking, when I see a woman who has no problem attracting men, even when she's bigger, the truth is, and I've actually told some women this, if they lost weight, the way their life would change is ridiculous. Because if you're a bigger chick who's cute in the face, and they do exist, men know, men will have conversations. They'll be like, yeah, she's kind of bigger, but she's cute in the face, she's attractive. And you lose weight. Your natural humility from you knowing what it's like to be the outsider, but glowing up, and actually improving on yourself, you will be a very rare commodity. I see a lot of chicks, and the ones that have really great personalities who glow up later, they usually make very solid chicks. They make better girlfriends and wives if they work on themselves than the delusional chick who's even been attracted her whole life, and men have been lying to her because they realize, hey, if I tell the truth, she's not going to give it up, so on and so forth. Or if I tell the truth, she's not going to give it up, so on and so forth. But losing weight helps, and it will change everything, especially if you're cute on the face. You know what? And by the way, I believe if she lost weight, she would experience the same thing. And I really do mean that. And I've seen that so many times. In fact, there's a video here, I'm glad I remembered, of a woman talking about this. All right, here we go. I think I found it.
So men do treat me a lot differently after losing weight. I feel like I never had any guys interested in me when I was bigger, 300 pounds in high school. No guys liked me. I didn't have my first kiss until I was 19 and had lost weight. So definitely guys are a lot more attracted to me, and I get checked out more and catcalled more. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, but guys will go out of their way to hold the door open for me, which I kind of do like, because at the end of the day, I am attracted to men. So I kind of like male attention sometimes. It's not all bad. Like, I don't want to make it sound like it's terrible now that like men are into me, but yeah, definitely. They're definitely more attracted to me now that I am plus size or not plus size.
I've actually reported on multiple stories of this, of some women who've lost weight and they experience a difference. What do you guys think of this whole conversation? Okay, this is our last story here. Let's check it out.
Yesterday, my babysitter told me she's pregnant and the baby belongs to my husband. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and the past 4 years I have been a stay-at-home mom. I decided to go back to work because I wanted to do something else than just be a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
I needed a babysitter, so I was asking around, and my neighbor from 2 houses down, her 19-year-old daughter, right, she was telling me, she was like, oh, she can babysit, like, she has nothing going on right now. Cool. When I met her, she seemed sweet and quiet and just, like, kind of to herself. I told her we would test her out for a month, and then we would see from there. Let me tell you, this girl went above and beyond, okay? She was great. So when I would come home, dinner was made. And I'm talking about like steak, asparagus, mashed potatoes, like recipes every day, cupcakes. The kids loved her, like loved her. Me and my husband were like, yeah, she's staying. You know, this is going to be our permanent babysitter for now.
Right.
After 3 months, because she was going above and beyond, because she even started like cleaning the house. I would come home and the house was clean, dinner was cooked. I mean, she was doing above and beyond. We decided that, well, my husband talked to me and he was like, I think we should pay her more. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's pay her more. So we gave her a raise after 3 months.
Husband's asking to pay her more. Babysitter who cooks and prepares steak dinners. I didn't even know. Like, babysitters are expected to do that?
Shit started getting weird though. Okay, so I started noticing that my husband was coming home early from work and then they would be eating, like the 4 of them, my kids and her and him. And then my husband wasn't even waiting for me to get home no more. She was like, oh, your food's in the microwave. And then I would end up eating by myself. One day I get home from work and both of them are here in the kitchen by themselves drinking wine. And I'm like, and the kids, and she's like, oh, they're already asleep. And I'm like,
did you say she's 19? She says she's 19, right? Or am I sure? Are there states that allow you to drink before 19? Hold on, let me talk to my AI assistant, barista, Miss Coffee. Miss Coffee, are there states that allow you to drink before 21? I don't know the answer to this question at all.
No. All 50 U.S. states have a minimum drinking age of 21 for purchasing and consuming alcohol in public. However, some states have exceptions that allow people under 21 to drink in certain situations, such as parental or guardian consent. Some states allow minors to drink at home or in private settings with a parent or guardian present.
So maybe the parents knew that she drinks.
Religious or medical purposes. Some states allow underage drinking for religious ceremonies, e.g. communion or medical treatments.
Right.
Educational exceptions. Some states permit minors to drink in culinary schools or wine tasting courses for educational purposes. Would you like details on a specific state's exceptions?
No. 19 isn't a minor though. That is adult age. But, this is crazy.
I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, oh, he's helping me with homework because I enrolled in some online classes. And I'm like, what the hell? I was like, okay. And I was like, wait, your hair's wet. Did you shower? And she was like, oh, yes, because one of the kids threw some soup on me. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I go upstairs later on and I notice her hair's all over my bathtub. Yes. And my husband's boxers are on the floor. You know how men never put their boxers inside the basket? They always just leave it right outside. So I was like, dude, this guy showered too. So I was like, this is weird. I didn't want to seem insecure, so I just didn't confront them at all. I let that shit slide. So then, fast forward, I come home a little bit early and I hear her on the phone with some girl. I don't know. I thought it was a friend. And she's like talking about the baby, like pregnancy, things like that. And then when she notices I'm home, she hangs up. And I'm like, okay, what the hell? This girl is like a stick. She is like thin, right? So all of a sudden, I started noticing that she was getting a belly. And I'm like, what the? This girl pregnant?
Right.
So then I freaking told her yesterday, I was like, hey, like, are you pregnant? And she starts crying. And I'm like, girl, it's okay. Like, it's fine. Everything's going to be okay. And she's crying. She's like, no, you don't understand. I'm like, yes, it's okay. Like, don't worry about it. And she's like, the baby belongs to your husband. And I'm like, wait, what?
Damn. This man ruined his family. This man destroyed his family. Thinking with the wrong head.
And she's like, yes, it belongs to your husband, and he's making me get a. And I'm like, what the hell? I was like, we're going to go to your house. I'm going to take you to your house. I was like, get out of my house. I was like, I'm going to go talk to your parents. So I go over there and I tell her mom and her dad.
Right.
Her dad was pissed. I mean, pissed off. So he was like when he gets home, I'm going to go talk to him, right, to my husband. And I was like, you know what? Yes, that's fine. I was like, but let me talk to him first. And he was like, okay, just call me whenever you're done, because then after that, me and him are going to talk. I sit here, I'm waiting for my husband to get home. All of a sudden, I hear some chaos outside, like some drama. I'm like, what the is going on? I go outside, the neighbor's already beating his. And I just sit there and I watch the whole thing. I didn't even say nothing. I didn't even try to stop him, because that's what the hell he gets. He deserves that. He does. So he gets his butt inside. He's crying.
I think any father who found that out, first of all, you're looking at yourself. Is this our fault? Any father in that situation is going to retaliate badly.
And he's all messed up. And he's like, don't worry about it, baby. Like, don't worry about it. I already told her to get rid of it. I'm so sorry. Blah, like just saying sorry left and right, blah, blah, blah. At this point, I don't even know. I don't think I can forgive this man. I just wanted to share my story for all the girls out there that are thinking to bring another woman inside their home.
Damn.
Please be careful, because there are so many women out there that are just ready to get your husband. And then your husband, if he's an easy peasy like mine, well, you know. So now we have another baby on the way, and I don't know if I'm going to divorce him. At this point, I really...
When she says another baby, is she talking about we? Or her? She's talking... Okay, I don't know. Comment down below what you think.
I'm confused because everything just came onto me too fast. And they're my neighbors. And she's 19 years old. Thank you to the person
Yeah. Hold on, what?
that sent in this confession. Everything is 100% anonymous. If you have any confessions you want to send in, you can send me a message.
So here I thought this was her story. Wow. I didn't watch this the whole way through. I thought it was her story. See, that's why I was confused with that. We've got another baby. Here's the truth, man. I say this all the time, but I think most times it falls on deaf ears, even though it's true. There are a lot of chicks out here who forgive a lot. Not that this should excuse any man to put a woman through a lot. But I remember hearing this. I remember a woman saying, she was talking about a particular situation. She was like, I would have forgiven that situation. There was something similar like this, the cheating situation, if there was no child involved. And it was a type of situation where they really had never had any serious problems. They'd been together for a long time. And she was like, he was a good guy, but we never even dealt with other women. It wasn't that big of a deal. But man, no way. I can't do bringing a child, getting other women pregnant for many women. And I think that's justifiable. Anybody that's out here having babies and breaking up homes outside of their own family, any man that's out here doing that, I think that's definitely 100% something that's understandable. If any woman says, there's no way I could see myself working through this, fixing this whatsoever. Personally, I think that a man who can't stop cheating on you and you've just been dealing with that. Of course, the other one is abuse, not the type that, that modern women like to. I'm talking about actual, real abuse out here and so on and so forth. This man ruined his family all for nothing. Top comment says, divorce, move, don't stay. Here's somebody else who says, you're beautiful. There's something better for you. And somebody else said, it's not her story. Somebody else says, lawyer up. Another person says, you're beautiful. You deserve better. So they didn't get to the very end. Here's another person. And I'm sure some people here who are watching probably didn't get to the very end. Walk away. Let's see. Girl, divorcing is going to be in your guys' life forever. All right. Listen, of course, I'm curious to know, what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you, as always, for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. To my soon-to-be married or currently engaged men, don't forget to head over to fathershaverights.com and get the #1 guide to drafting a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement with offer code REVIEW to get it 100% free. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.